G'day there guys, Marky here, and welcome back to another episode of r/relationship advice. Let's go. My girlfriend invited her ex over to my apartment, and I am absolutely livid right now. So I live in a big city in my own apartment. My girlfriend Lily lives with her roommates, but if I'm being honest, she basically lives over here 80% of the time. Early today/yesterday, while I was at the gym with my friend Mike, she texted me that she had an old friend that she hasn't seen in a while that's in town, and that it would be nice to have a quiet place to catch up. I said they could use my apartment and that I would go out for dinner with Mike so they would have time to catch up. During this time, I'm at the gym, so I was in a rush. I didn't ask who she was inviting over, etc. Well, apparently I should, as the old friend she was apparently catching up with alone in my apartment was her only ex-boyfriend, Kyle. Around 30-ish minutes after this conversation, I get a text from her saying that they are at the apartment. I just said bet and continued with my friend. Mike and I finished our workout around 7 p.m. and decided we'd go to Whole Foods as their hot/salad bars got some great food. We ate there and we finished at around 8:30-ish. I'm on my way home now, and honestly, I wasn't expecting anything other than just saying hi and heading my ass to bed. It had been a long-ass day, and honestly, I was just ready to get some sleep. I arrive home around 9 p.m., and at this point, I had no idea if her friend was still over or not. I was secretly hoping that they weren't, as I didn't feel like socializing at all, but hey, I'll take one for the team. When I walked in the apartment, I see some big-ass Timberland boots that obviously are a man's. I'm immediately like, damn, her friend brought her boyfriend. I'm gonna have to stay up and socialize now. I take off my shoes and jacket, and I start heading down the mini hallway. As I enter the living area, I see my girlfriend sitting on the couch with a man at separate ends, but staring right at each other talking. My girlfriend notices me and jumps a little. I didn't really find this odd at the time, but now I think back on it, it makes sense. At this point, I'm still completely oblivious. I say hello and start walking towards the man. I'm looking around the house at this point for her friend. Honestly, I just thought that she was in the bathroom or some crap. I shake the guy's hand and said some crap like, hey, I'm Lily's boyfriend. He replied back in like a cocky-ass way with some, I'm Kyle, Lily's ex. I was like, oh, my fault. I thought you were her friend's boyfriend. Then it got a little quiet, and I rapidly come to the realization that my girlfriend has been alone with her ex in my apartment for the last couple hours. I look at my girl and say, so I'm taking this was your old friend? And she said yeah, in a soft-ass voice. At this point, I wasn't letting myself jump to any conclusions, but I'm tired and I don't feel like socializing. I'm also now upset my girl was just chilling with her ex in my apartment. It got quiet again, and these two made zero effort to continue whatever convo they were having just moments ago. Lily asks how my day was, and I was like, it was fine, I guess. Again, getting the vibe that I'm interrupting something. At this point, I'm fed up. Only like a minute or so had passed since my question to her, and I look at him and ask, Kyle, hey, do you mind ending it here for today? I've actually got some things that I gotta talk to Lily about. He replied with, she invited me over though, and we're still reminiscing on the good old days. I look at Lily and she can't even look me in the eyes. I look back at Kyle and say, alright, let me rephrase it. This is my apartment, and I'm telling you to leave. He then looks at her and says, do you want me to leave? At this point, I'm not proud of it, but I completely lose my crap, saying, what the hell do you mean by that? I don't give a crap if she wants you to leave or not. I'm telling you to get the hell out of my house. Lily is telling me to calm down and turns and tells him that he needs to leave. Kyle gets up and heads towards the hallway to get his crap. I follow and he ends up leaving. I come back and Lily is now pissed at me, saying that I embarrassed her. I embarrassed you? She then goes on about how my reaction is totally uncalled for, as she told me that he was coming over and asked. I was like, no, Lily, you said an effing friend was coming over. A frickin' friend. Not once you mentioned this friend was a male, much less your frickin' ex. She then says that my reaction was bullcrap and that I acted like an ass. I tell her, you were with your frickin' ex in my apartment. Do you not understand how much of an FU that comes across as? I then asked why the F y'all were meeting in the first place, and she tells me that he's going through rough times, and he needs someone to lean on, and that she just wanted to be there for him as he's a nice person, and that by hanging with him in my apartment, it shows that nothing shady is going on. I explain how that is bullcrap, and that if my ex started having issues and I was the one comforting her, she would be pissed. She was like, no, she'd understand because she has empathy. I was like, that's bullcrap, Lily. You got pissed at me at the gym because I smiled when a girl complimented my form when I was lifting. She then was like, she's done talking, and stormed out. I didn't say anything. I didn't chase. I have not reached out. I just sat on the couch and thought about what the F just happened. I then called my father, who gave me some great advice. She then texted me these 2 hours ago. Can we talk? I'm sorry for not telling you that it was my ex that I invited who was coming over. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Nothing happened. Nothing is going to happen. I love you. He messaged me out of the blue that he needed someone to talk to. I didn't think that much of it. I'm sorry for deceiving you. That sounds like BS, right? I didn't think much of it then, followed by sorry for deceiving you, like obviously you did think about it or you would have been truthful. I wanted to talk to him at your place because I didn't want you to assume something else was going on. Please talk to me. I love you. Obviously, if she sees this, she'll know that I'm talking about us, but she doesn't use Reddit. I haven't responded yet. I'm leaning towards wanting to break things up with her after talking about it with my pops. Not for her talking to him, but for how I felt in the moment that it was all happening. It's a huge red flag for me that she said old friend instead of ex. I still don't get it. In the moment of me getting visibly upset with her ex, she didn't take my side once. When I was nice before I even recognized him, it felt like I was the odd man out. I just felt like she doesn't respect me. Not on some 1950s crap where the woman has to respect the man, but if the roles were reversed and I was with my ex at her house, I would have backed my girl when she was getting mad. I would have called my ex out for talking cocky to my girl, etc. I'm still very pissed, so I don't think that I should be talking to her right now. It's currently at around 3 a.m. Honestly, I'm just freaking tired. I don't even know if I'm pissed. Edit 1, it's currently 12:44 p.m. It's already been a long effing day, and will continue to be a long effing day. I've seen your comments and I'll update tonight or tomorrow, depending on what the F ends up fully playing out. It's been a half-assed level of a day so far. I'm on like 3 hours of sleep. P.S. I added paragraphs. The whole writing thing was just my typing the words from thoughts last night that I had no idea so many would view. In the comments, she lied by omission. Flip the situation. The girlfriend would be livid too. Her ex in your apartment equals no respect for your living space, no respect for you. Her actions show what she thinks of you. Some people enjoy this kind of drama in their relationships. She put comforting her ex before your comfort, knowledge, and consent, etc. I'm sorry, but what she did is so crappy. And what did the girlfriend and the ex talk about that got him so cocky and confident, I would dump her. She not only respected her boyfriend, she also let her ex disrespect him. Yeah, I support dumping her too. Look at the bright side. If you hit a rough patch in the future, you can count on your soon-to-be ex to lean on. Agreed. I don't normally like to rush to a breakup, but this is straight-up disrespect. She's untrustworthy, in my opinion, and swaying her choices. If it were me, I would break up with her. She intentionally misled you. Nothing might have happened, but by withholding information on who she's meeting up with was a red flag. The ex also was rude, and she basically just let him disrespect you. If it was as innocent as she said that it was, he wouldn't have been cocky in the first place, and she wouldn't have sat back and let her ex disrespect her man. She couldn't even look him in the eye, and she was jumpy from the minute that he walked through the door. That's a massive red flag for me. She looks guilty. I do wonder if the ex knew that he was meeting in the boyfriend's place. Poor guy though, he handled it as well as he could. I'd feel violated if this was to happen to me in my house. And now, on to the update. It is currently around 7 p.m. when writing this, and honestly, the last 13-ish hours that I've been up have been freaking draining to say the least. I awoke in the morning to my phone going absolutely nuts with notifications from Reddit. I'm honestly like, oh F, why the actual F did I decide to pour my personal feelings out into a Reddit post? I began to scroll y'all's comments, and to say that I was shocked is an absolute understatement. Literally, almost all of y'all are actively taking my side, and I mean, I was just scrolling this morning, just looking for the one comment that was taking hers, but it did not come. What surprised me the most were the amount of women in this thread that said they would never do this to their man, and that it is beyond disrespectful. I mean, those comments hit the hardest this morning, as those were exactly my thoughts. Last night was a freaking stress storm for me, to be honest. I couldn't believe what the F had just happened. As y'all can guess from my post, I live alone, so there wasn't anyone at my crib that I could talk to, so I decided to call the one man that's had my back since day one, my pops. As many have messaged and many have commented, I'll go into detail on what exactly our phone call entailed. First, I'm going to go back to when it originally happened, so that it makes more sense. Also, when reading back my thoughts from last night, it was clear that I was rushing at the end, and honestly just fed up with everything at that point, so I skipped over a lot of details. Okay, to start, Lily had just stormed out of my apartment at this point when I called her out that she wouldn't be effing okay with me meeting with my ex because they needed someone to lean on. Like I said before, I didn't call out, text, or follow her. At this point, I am freaking furious, and I can't believe what the F just happened. I take a seat on the couch and try breathing exercises. I am trying to calm down, but it's no use because I keep remembering Kyle asking, "Do you want me to leave?" to my girlfriend. I didn't really elaborate on this beforehand, but that crap sent me to another world, and I was absolutely about to lose my crap to the max. I just kept telling myself it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. At this point, all I want to do is beat Kyle's ass, and all my methods for calming myself down were failing at this point. I just said F it, and picked up my phone and said, "Siri, call old man." I honestly didn't know what I was going to say at this point, but I knew that if there was one person who could get me through it, it would be my pops. Now, I don't remember the exact dialogue that exactly went down, but I'm gonna try my best to be as accurate as possible. Phone dialing. Dad picks up and says, "I seen it already. Vooch dropped 43 on their ass." I started laughing a bit and said, "It's not about that, Dad. I just got into a huge freaking fight with Lily, Dad. I'm really effing pissed, Dad. I don't want to do anything stupid." Whoa, okay. Where are you right now? Are you with her? Are you guys okay?" says Dad. "I'm at the crib right now and she's just stormed out. Yes, I'm chilling. I just don't know what to do." There's a long pause after this, and I hear my pops take a deep breath and say, all right, hit me." I began to give him the same rundown that I gave you guys in my last post. The whole time my pops is dead silent, doesn't say a frickin' word. I finished up the story, and all he asked was, "What does Kyle look like?" I won't lie, this caught me off guard, cause I was like, "Damn, Dad, why the hell does it matter what he looks like?" I responded with, I don't know. He was white with long curly hair, etc. Why? And my dad was like, no, how tall was he? At this point, I'm like, WTF, Dad? I don't know, his ass was like 5'9" max. My dad laughs a bit and says, "Explain the Timberlands then. Frickin' male equivalents of heels." I didn't realize it yesterday, but what my pops was doing was what he always does. I literally can't stay pissed if I laugh, and my dad can make me laugh on demand. I started laughing. I was like, you right. And then he was like, "How much you think he weighed?" I had to think for a minute, but I was like, maybe $155-ish? My pops then brought up the argument between Kyle and I. "You said Lily told Kyle to leave after you started to get mad, right?" "Yeah," I responded. My dad pauses for a long time and takes another deep breath. I wouldn't be surprised if this situation is a lot deeper than it seems. It speaks volumes to me that she only rallied for him to leave after you began to get real upset. You're 6 foot tall, 190 pounds, and were just disrespected in your own house by a man that you do not know. When a woman cares for someone, the last thing she wants is for him to be in harm's way. She understood exactly what was going to happen if the situation continued to escalate, and she chose to get Kyle out of harm's way, followed by switching all the blame to you and leaving. Honestly, son, where do you think she's at right now? I didn't say anything. I knew what he was implying. And he says, I know it hurts, but promise me you won't do anything irrational. She made her decision. There's not much you can do to change it. You've proven your whole life you are one of one. Don't lose yourself now over something that'll just end up a tiny bump on your roadmap. I mean, seriously, I couldn't be more freaking proud of you, son. You're 22, living on your own in the city. You got your crap together. That's rare, my man. You are rare. The right women, like your mum for me, will walk into your life when you least expect it. Don't waste your energy. Everything happens for a reason, son. I paused for a minute and said, thank you. I needed this, Dad. My dad laughed and said, of course. Your mum and I are here for you, always. And ends the call. Fast forward back to this morning. I couldn't sleep for crap last night, so this morning was just completely arse. Lily was blowing up my phone the whole night, apologizing and begging for my forgiveness. It's around 11 a.m. at this point, and I'm just completely over this situation. I still haven't responded to her since she stormed off last night. In my opinion, she made her choice. However, I got a long-ass week ahead of me, and I can't be having this crap continue to impact me this much going forward. I eat something and head down to my apartment's local gym to just run. On lifting days, I go to a private gym, and on cardio days, I use the apartment's gym. Running is therapeutic for me. Around 1 o'clock, I got a phone call, and you guessed it, it was from Lily. No part of me wanted to pick up the phone, but we've been dating for 2.5 years. I felt obligated. Picks up phone. What's up? I say, to be immediately met with crying. I'm sorry, OP. I love you to death. Please just talk to me. I should have left last night. I panicked. You know I love you, OP. I didn't say anything, OP. Please talk to me. This isn't right. Please just talk to your girlfriend. I'm sorry. I told you nothing happened. I won't ever talk to him again. Please. I beg, can we just talk? At this point, the realization of my feelings for her started to really kick in. Instead of anger, sorrow, or any emotion, to be honest, I just felt a complete sense of indifference when she spoke. I responded, can you come over at around 3? Still crying at this point, she says, yes. Okay, I say, and I end the call. I'm just sitting on the sofa now at this time, just waiting for 3 to roll around. Scrolling through the comments on my previous post. Knock knock, I hear from the hallway. Shortly after, I see my girlfriend emerge from the mini hallway. She begins to start smiling and crying while wiping her tears. Again, I take notice of how I feel at this moment. A sense of indifference. A feeling that I don't care about anymore. It really started to hit me. 2.5 years wasted just like that. The woman who I cared so deeply for just 24 hours before now is now in front of me crying, and I don't feel a thing. Lily, it's over between us, I said. Completely shocked, she barely manages to mutter out, what? While still crying. It's over, I repeated. OP, 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 no, please. I'm sorry. Don't end this between us. I love you to death, she said hysterically. Now, I won't lie, that last bit hit me hard. I mean frickin' hard, man. I couldn't mask it anymore. The lid had been broken. Don't end this between us, I say? Lily, I'm sorry, but I can't take this crap anymore. I don't know what impression I gave you over our relationship, but I won't stay in a relationship with a woman who thinks that effing little of me. You made the decision to end crap between us when inviting your ex to my apartment behind my freaking back, Lily. That is something I refuse to let slide, Lily. At this point, my thoughts just begin to flow out of my mouth like a freaking tidal wave. No man is that cocky for no reason, Lily. I am not an effing fool, Lily. You gave him some type of reassurance to give him the confidence to act like that. Crap, you even backed him in front of me. Like, why the F would I stay with someone who is not going to have my back? Absolutely bawling at this point, Lily says, I'm sorry, OP. I love you. I'm sorry. Y'all can call me whatever you want, but at this point, I just went soft. I didn't have the heart to keep drilling her anymore. She was just breaking down crying uncontrollably. I just sat down in silence. OP, I'm sorry, it won't happen again, OP. I love you. Only you. I won't ever talk to him again. I won't. I promise, OP. Please just give me one more chance, said Lily. I'm completely silent. I mean, there was just a huge freaking pressure on my chest. It felt like my ribcage was gonna crack under the pressure. Sat there silently listening to her crying, I remembered one of my favorite songs. I'd rather have loyalty than love, 'cause love really don't mean jack. See, love's just a feeling. You can love somebody and still stab them in the back. It don't take much to love. You can love somebody just by being attached. See, loyalty is an action. You can love or hate me and still have my back. But late and great 21 Savage. I just kept repeating those lyrics in my head over and over and over again. To many, it might seem that she said all the right things, but to me, actions speak louder than words. Last night, she chose to make her decision on us through her actions, and since actions speak louder than words, it really didn't matter what she said. I'm struggling to keep it together at this point. I really did love her, and crap, I still do, but I understood that this was what's best for me. I wouldn't have been able to trust her again. You can't be in a relationship without trust or loyalty, and I lost both from her. As she cries, I look up and say, "Lily, please, it's over. There is no saving this." And she looks at me and says, "OP." And I say, "No, please, just stop. It's over, Lily," I interrupt. "Please, just do us both a favor and take your things and leave, Lily. It's over. Please just let it end here." She doesn't say anything and gets up and starts grabbing some of her things around the apartment. I grabbed a garbage bag and helped her pack. She left the keys to my apartment on the table and left. This all finished up around 4:30 today. I've just been sitting here trying to process what the F just happened. Honestly, it all still doesn't feel real. I never intended on posting on Reddit yesterday, but I just needed a place to effing vent, and since it blew up, I felt like I should update y'all today. It's 7:35 as I finish writing this. I'm freaking hurt. The weight of what the F just went down over the last 24 hours does not feel real. To anyone who actually read this long-ass update, thank you. To those who commented on my previous post, thank you. I freaking needed a place to vent last night. And in the comments, what Dad said was right. She diffused the situation, but for who? Where did she go after she stormed out? Why would any sane person with a tiny bit of self-respect stay in that? Good on you, OP. Stay strong. There is no love without trust. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. OP says, "I tried to be as transparent as possible and show both sides to the best of my ability. What y'all read was my raw emotion. Over the last month, I've picked up journaling on my self-improvement journey. It really helps understand your own thoughts. Last night, I decided to post to this sub instead of my notes app. I appreciate the kind words that you all have given me. I'm going to continue to work on myself and push forward." Your dad's words about keeping someone she cares about out of harm's way really hit me, because my first thought on your original post was that she really screwed up by waiting too long to have your back and to tell him to leave. The whole situation is a heartbreaking display of disloyalty, and I hope that you continue to talk with your dad if you feel overwhelmed, because he seems like a great shoulder to lean on. Please don't ever think that you are soft for expressing how you feel. As a woman, I know we tend to be encouraged to be in touch with our feelings much more than men, but you probably know by now that bottling that crap up is harmful. So proud of your journaling journey, and I hope you find someone that will give you the love and loyalty that you deserve someday. I thought the same thing. That whole thing could have just been poor judgment on her part, but I want to clarify that I do not think that if it had been a mistake, that she deserved forgiveness. Mistakes may not be intentional, but their consequences are real, and I got the sense that there was not going to be any coming back from this. His dad's view floored me, because even if I was right, this was all poor judgment on her part. He's still right. Her response was so telling of who she wanted to protect. And that's where I'm going to end today's story, guys. I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.